My name is Allison, and I was married to David for 7 years. In the beginning, we had a wonderful life together. Our daughter, Christina, was our joy and made our family feel complete. We dreamed of a future full of happiness and love, believing nothing could ever change that. Our wedding day was beautiful. Surrounded by friends and family, David and I promised to spend our lives together. During our honeymoon in Hawaii, we talked about our future and the dreams we wanted to build. It felt like the start of a perfect life. For the first few years, our marriage was a dream come true. We spent weekends together as a family and made unforgettable memories. When Christina was born, David was thrilled. He loved being a father, and I enjoyed taking care of our home. We were so happy, and our house was always full of love and laughter. But over time, small changes started to appear. David became busier with work and spent less time at home. I found myself taking care of Christina and managing the house alone. At first, I thought this was temporary, but slowly, the gap between us grew wider. One night, I lay awake thinking about our marriage. The happy memories were still there, but they were now mixed with sadness. David was coming home late, and we barely talked anymore. I wanted to ask him what was wrong, but I was scared of what he might say. Still, I kept hoping things would get better. When Christina turned 4, life became more difficult. She was full of energy and curiosity, which made parenting more challenging. I was often tired and needed David's support, but he was distant and cold. His words sometimes hurt, and I felt like I was carrying everything on my own. One evening, David came home late and seemed more withdrawn than usual. I asked him why he had been so distant, but his response was harsh. "I'm busy with work. Can't you just understand that?" he said. I couldn't hold back my tears. It felt like he didn't appreciate all the effort I was putting into our family. Over the next few weeks, David's behavior grew worse. He barely interacted with Christina and often snapped at her for small things. One day, she excitedly showed him a drawing, but he just said, "I'm busy," and walked away. Christina's tears broke my heart, and I hugged her tightly, promising her everything would be okay. But deep down, I wasn't sure if things would ever be okay again. I tried talking to David about our problems, but he didn't want to listen. Our home felt colder each day, and I began to feel like I didn't know him anymore. Out of nowhere, David suggested we build a new house. I was surprised, but hopeful. Maybe a fresh start could help us. "Why now?" I asked. He said, "We need more space, especially for Christina. And a bigger kitchen would make things easier for you." I decided to trust him and hoped this would bring us closer. Planning the new house brought some happy moments. We worked together on the design and chose furniture as a family. Christina was excited to pick out her room's colors, and for a while, I saw a glimpse of the old David. I hoped this was a turning point. But as the house was being built, David started staying out late again. He said he was busy with work, but I began to have doubts. One night, I asked him if something was wrong. He avoided my eyes and said, "You're imagining things." His words didn't ease my worries. When the house was finished, it felt empty despite its beauty. David's coldness hadn't changed, and I often sat alone, wondering what went wrong. Then, one evening, David told me something that broke my heart completely. "Allison, I've been seeing someone else. We have a child together," he confessed. I was shocked. "Why would you do this to us?" I asked, crying. But David's face stayed emotionless. "I've made my decision. I want to be with her. You and Christina need to move out," he said. His words felt like a knife in my chest. The days after his confession were filled with pain and confusion. Christina, too young to understand everything, sensed something was wrong. She often asked, "Mom, why is Dad so angry?" I tried to protect her from the truth, but it was hard. David's mother supported his decision and told me to leave. Despite the overwhelming sadness, I knew I had to stay strong for Christina. My grandfather stepped in to help us. He gave us a new place to live and the support we needed to start over. His kindness and love gave me hope. Starting a new life wasn't easy, but Christina and I found small joys that helped us heal. My grandfather's encouragement reminded me that we could build a happy future. David became a distant memory as Christina and I focused on creating a better life. I started my own business and poured all my energy into making it a success. Christina thrived in her new school, making friends and finding happiness. Each day, I felt more determined to give her the life she deserved. One day, David reached out and asked for another chance. He said he had made a mistake and wanted to come back. But I couldn't forget the pain he caused. "David," I said, "we've moved on. Christina and I are happy now, and I won't let anything ruin that." David kept pleading, but I stayed firm. With my grandfather's support and the strength I found in myself, I knew I was making the right choice. Christina deserved a life free from the chaos of the past, and I was determined to protect her. As time passed, Christina and I built a life full of love and laughter. We enjoyed simple moments like baking cookies or having picnics in the park. My business grew, and I felt proud of the stable home I had created for us. Looking back, the journey wasn't easy, but it showed me how strong I could be. Despite the heartbreak, I found a way to move forward. Christina and I found happiness again, proving that even after the darkest times, there's always hope for a brighter future. Christina often reminded me of our strength. One evening, as we sat on the porch watching the sunset, she turned to me and said, "Mom, I'm proud of us. We've come so far." Her words brought tears to my eyes, and I hugged her tightly. It was moments like these that gave me the courage to keep going. I also found unexpected joy in volunteering. Helping others gave me a sense of purpose and reminded me that even in my pain, I could make a difference. Christina joined me sometimes, and it became a way for us to bond even more. One day, Christina came home from school with a big smile on her face. She showed me a drawing she had made of the two of us holding hands with the words, "Best team ever," written above it. I framed that drawing and placed it on our living room wall. It became a daily reminder of the love and resilience that kept us moving forward. Over time, I started writing about my experiences, hoping to inspire others who might be going through similar struggles. Sharing my story felt like a way to turn my pain into something meaningful. I received messages from people who found strength in my words, which encouraged me to keep writing. Christina continued to grow into a bright, confident young girl. She excelled in school and found her passion in art. Watching her thrive filled me with pride and reinforced my belief that we had made the right choices for our future. One evening, as we prepared dinner together, Christina asked, "Mom, do you think we'll always be this happy?" I smiled and replied, "Happiness is something we work on every day, and as long as we have each other, I know we'll be okay." Our life wasn't perfect, but it was ours. Each day brought its challenges, but it also brought opportunities to grow and find joy. We had rebuilt our lives on a foundation of love, strength, and hope, and for that, I was endlessly grateful.